Hello there. Welcome to the Amma Manson Show. So, hopefully, you are not a stranger here. But what goes on here is education, definitely some empowerment. We add humor, information, and just a good vibe generally. It is not just a talk show, it's a live show. We talk about life, we unpick life, we find solutions to the things that stress us in life, and we make progress together. It is the Amma Manson Show, and my name is Amma, your girl, your educator, your motivator, and I kick your hind wherever we need to. Enjoy, invite other people to join in, and hopefully you have a wonderful experience on today's show. Let's get straight into things. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Money Amma. This is the second major episode. Let's talk. We are talking about the home office. So I am in my office, and my office is also in my home. It is a very powerful occurrence, and it's something I wanted to talk to you about. There is something unique about working in an environment intended for work. When I get up from my bedroom and I come to this area ready for work, my brain is stimulated, ready for work. My psyche is ready for work. And for that reason, when I sit here, my creative juices flow. My kids, when they come to this area, understand this is work. And this is what most of us travel to go and experience at our workplaces. One of the beautiful things about coronavirus, well, in my case, I had this going anyway, but we've refined it some more in the coronavirus episode, because when I used to work full time and I had to come back and sit in a formal office, at that time it didn't work for me because I had been in formal places for way too long. So I went for the very informal style so that my brain didn't feel like it was more of the same. But since Corona happened and I work from home, I no longer go to do a full day shift somewhere else before I come back and do stuff in my private place, even though I work longer hours. It's been wonderful to set this up. It's wonderful to get my brain in gear. And that's what I want to talk to you about. The gear you need to set up for whatever venture you do must be one you review very carefully. I wish I could pan and I could show you, and I actually will do one of these days. But the gear in this place is now refined to what I need. And when I sit here and I look at the gear, it really does help with creativity. I see one for casting, and I begin to look at my casting process, and I find inadequacies in my casting process, and I do something about those processes. I begin to look at my lovely crystal computer right here, and it makes me want to design. So I go on here and I begin to design. And I design wonderful pieces because where I am gives me an inspiration to do so. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I want to talk to you as a group about this one. Do you know what it is that you want to do? Do you understand what a home office is? No, not the British meaning of a home office, but like an office at home. Do you know your needs for setting up this home office? Because we have two main styles. We have the formal and we have the informal. And I've done both. I've needed both at different times. When I work full time, I need my home office to be informal. So my brain understands this one is for home. This one is not. This is not the one for working in externally. And so the informal arrangement worked really well for me. Now that I don't have a formal place to go to, my brain is desperate to try and find some normalcy, and for that reason, this rigid formal arrangement also works beautifully for me. Have you sat down to think what kind of environment you need to work in? It's a statement of intention to your brain. You need to change little things and tweak little things. It might be a difference to get up from bed with your laptop to come sit in the couch. That could be your homework, your home office arrangement, or coming to sit formally at the table, like I do at the moment. And formally at the table with this office gear around you has its own mentality shift as well. And I want to talk to you about that one. So the home office is the first one. Now that you've worked out your home office, we are talking simple principles of money yet again. Right, we've talked about income, expenditure balances, vis-a-vis disposable income before. Well, I've talked about it on my other platforms. Let's break that myth yet again on Money Amma. If you are going to be able to break even, if you are going to turn profit, if you are going to actually accumulate some wealth, which is the main intention over here, we are definitely going to find ways of making money. We are certainly going to spend some of that money, and we are going to leave some of that money as a cushion so that we are no longer left vulnerable when emergencies of life come calling. That's the core principle right here. And I've told you, we are going to use multiple streams of income. Every time I come here, I harp on about that one because that's the core mandate here. We need to create multiple streams of income. My multiple streams of income are from the fact that I teach. I'm employed as a teacher, so that brings me my main salary, my main source of income. I do run a souvenir branding company, and I've started operating now after the Corona episode, and so that is another stream of my income. I run online school, I teach people online, and that's also, so I'm going through my businesses. I have my employment, I have my souvenir branding business, I do online teaching and tutoring, so I have an online school. I run a tour company, but that's still not really running well because Corona hasn't quite come to its end yet, but we are preparing to launch, to leave that episode behind. I am a Juice Plus consultant. I'm amansen.juiceplus.com. Go check out my products. Amazing suite of products. Natural, minimum processing. I tell people about it. People go try it. People find how wonderful it is. And Juice Plus is also beginning to write itself into some of my significant ones. So I've been a Juice Plus consultant since the end of October. I'm not up to 1 year yet. And I am a very busy woman, so the kind of time people dedicate to this Juice Plus and come on social media, no, I've not had time to do any of those things. But there we go, that's a story for another day. But because I'm applying some core principles, it's beginning to change significantly. It is. Juice Plus is becoming quite significant. We've talked about affiliate marketing. I would make an episode purely on that one, and I'll explain that principle in detail. So that also brings me another stream of income. I'm looking at brand representations as my other stream of income, and my aim is by October time, after a year of doing Juice Plus, I want to have 10 main avenues where money flows into my account. 10 avenues via which money comes to me. So that when plan A fails, there will be plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Exactly. So many streams, so many possibilities. This is the principle which has actually maintained my sanity in this whole Corona episode. So for those of you who are new and don't know me, my branding company virtually folded in the Corona episode. My tour company completely folded. Actually, remove the word virtually. My branding company completely folded during Corona. My tour company completely folded during Corona. My tuition also significantly almost came to a standstill during Corona, and these were three of my huge ones. These are my secure nets and my nets tour. Had I not had the good sense to start Juice Plus in that episode, in the quarter before that, had I not got good sense to start looking at some brand representations, had I not begun to find affiliate marketing, I would have gone insane in the Corona episode. The difference between people like me, who in spite of all the adversities are able to shake it off and say, oh well, there's been a little bit of an income loss here. Oh, and I forgot to say, I am an examiner. Well, this summer series, there are no exams. Nothing to examine. Huge income loss for me. So the first half of 2020 has been a disastrous first half when you look at it from my traditional point of view. As an examiner, that's where my summer money comes from. Big deal, gone. My branding company folded. My tour company folded. My tuition business done. I have been hit in 4 significant areas, big areas for me. And really, ordinarily, I'd have been on my knees. I wouldn't have known what to do. But I began to understand money. I began to understand 21st century money principles. I had begun to apply some of those things. And so when adversity hit, all I had to do was just look at those as options, look to see which ones could be elevated to step up and augment what I found myself in, and it's been life transformational. The truth is, when this whole coronavirus finishes, my branding company is still going to run, but it's going to run on completely different terms. My tour company will run on a totally different term. Yeah. Tuition is one of those areas I am going to sacrifice in my arsenal. My online school, the one which runs automatically, the automated service, is going to go forward. But the service where I used to do the one-to-one live, go to people, sit with people on Zoom for an hour, that service is gone because I've come to see that it is not value for money. It does not compensate me adequately for my time and my effort. Driving to somebody's house, nobody pays me for driving time. Coming back from that place, nobody pays me for that time, and I tend to have on average a burn period of an hour. So I go to teach an hour, but I waste an hour to go teach an hour, and I get paid for just 1 hour. And now when I think about it, it doesn't make any sense. And for that reason, I am going to replace, well, I have replaced and I have exceeded, in fact, what I used to bring in from that avenue of tuition with my online affiliates. I am now putting out information, so a lot of you who follow me this week would have seen my advert for my Udemy course. I created a Udemy course on how to set up Facebook fan pages for dinosaurs like me. I have tried to get a few young people to teach me these things, and they are so fast, they are so quick. They expect me to know so much, and I genuinely don't know a fraction of what these guys expect me to know. And for that reason, it always felt really fast for me. It was overwhelming. I struggled to go do what they asked me to do. I've tried to watch many videos of people demonstrating something, the follow me type videos on YouTube. They've been a massive help, but again, if I were to tell you the truth, there have been many times when I've tried to follow a video and has been reduced almost to tears, trying to see, and it's usually one little thing they did, and they did it too quickly for me. So for me, for somebody like me, the best kind of teacher is somebody like me, a dinosaur like me, one who knows what it feels like not to understand processes, one who knows what it feels like to learn a bit slowly. So I've run that course, I've made that course. Ordinarily, I would only sit here and I would only talk to you about it this way, and maybe one, maybe two of you will go right ahead and go purchase this course. I've been doing, the course has been live for 2 months now. I have made some sales via word of mouth, but again, I realized that I have to rethink what I do. I've made the course, but a simple rethink of how I market it will change the dynamics totally. And it will take me about 3 to 4 weeks to see results, but it is proving. It is fundamental, and I will see results. More people than those in my network will begin to see that course because I'm advertising. It is a 30-second video of me talking, and off the back of that video is the advert which invites you to actually take action. There's a call to action button and it says shop now. You shop now. Don't just listen. Don't just admire. Don't just sit. Shop now. Click on it. Order that course. Go and check it out and get lifetime access. These are 21st century money principles. Automated marketing, intuitive marketing, marketing utilizing artificial intelligence. And for those of you who are interested in doing business the way I am proposing it, for those of you who want to make money from brand representations and affiliates, one of the main things you need to learn is marketing, not the traditional way, marketing in this digital way. I will tell you my stories about trying to do Facebook adverts. Been doing it for a while. It was a bit hit and miss. It didn't matter how refined I made the audience thing on Facebook. It just seemed to me that other people's adverts that I was seeing targeted me a little bit more specifically. And on Facebook, when I tried to refine those advert parameters, it says that it was against this, and it was discriminatory to this, and it was that. Like, how? But people are able to target me specifically because I see it on this Facebook. What's going on? Ta-da! There are tools. Oh my God, there are tools. And yay, when you know the tools, it happens so intuitively. It's so easy, but you've got to learn. You've got to come to a point of knowledge. You cannot do this by guesswork because you've never known anything like this before. Never. I know you do have a PhD. I know you carry the intelligence of the world, but believe you me, all those things mean nothing in this digital world, because this digitalized world is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. This is a breakthrough moment for you, the day you come to this realization. Yes, little 18-year-olds, 14-year-olds are beginning to turn this to the advantage, because in fact, they have understood, and your PhD is meaningless because it doesn't operate on the same principles. You are going to have to do a little bit of humble pie eating. Come back and sit and learn from a few people who seem to have it cracked. Observe people who seem to be doing it well. Ask questions, and I do pray that they are gracious enough to answer your questions, and you will eventually come to understand it is not done the way you are traditionally used to. Things have changed. Life has moved on, and so should you. This is Money Amma. We are talking money core principles, and today I have hit two things. The way you set up your home office determines an awful lot about the attitude with which you come to this home office, about the effort you naturally generate into what you do in this home office. The ambiance makes a big difference, and seeing certain pieces throughout your day reminds you of certain processes you've got to do, and it helps you to think a little bit more, and you are likely to come to creative solutions as a result. Environment is everything. The second point is core money principles, and we are looking at 21st century ideas for turning money in with not a lot of effort. The word here is automation. And because you don't automate it, because you don't make things yourself, it's difficult for you to automate things yourself. You will need to find third-party providers who help automate your processes, who help refine your processes, who help you do things more efficiently. This is just a scratch of the surface. We are still getting to know each other on this Money Amma project. It is all about making money. It is all about making more than we need of the money. And the main thing is that we don't do it with a lot of effort. We are making effortless money legitimately, using new 21st century ideas, money ideas, so that we can change our destiny. We can set new boundaries for ourselves. We are able to do things that we never were able to do the traditional way. Follow the channel. It's Money Amma. Tell people about it. This is all encompassing. Anybody can follow the channel, anybody can support, anybody can learn. So if you know anybody who should be able to apply these principles, your wife, your husband, anybody, tag them right now and tell them Amma is teaching and you should be learning. It's really good to have you. I will be back in touch in the next 2 or 3 days with another episode. But in the meantime, I hope this is beginning to clarify things. It makes you curious to wait and see what the new money ideals are. We will start naming examples and I will start showing you exactly what tools I am referencing as we go along. See you in the next episode. Bye. Oh.